Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to this afternoon's meeting of the Assembly Committee on Growth and Infrastructure. Will the Secretary please call the roll?
Assemblywoman Brown May. Assemblyman Carter.
Present.
Assemblywoman Dickman. Assemblywoman Gallant. Assemblyman Gurr. Assemblywoman Kasama. Assemblywoman Marzola. Assemblywoman Miller. Assemblyman Miller. Assemblywoman Peters. Assemblywoman Summers Armstrong. And Chair Watts.
And I am present. Thank you. We have all members present. Members, we have just a work session in front of us today. We have 4 bills on that work session. We'll do just some quick housekeeping. Anyone wishing to make public comment can do so at the end of the meeting. We're going to ask anyone wishing to make public comment to limit their remarks to 2 minutes, and please clearly state and spell your name for the record. Since we don't have any other bill hearings, I think I'll skip the rest of the housekeeping for now. Besides, most of the folks here have it all down. So with that, we'll jump right into our agenda. We have 4 bills on work session. I think we're just going to take them in order. So with that, I'll open the work session on Assembly Bill 144 and turn it over to Mr. Stinisbeck to lead us through the work session document.
Thank you, Chair. For the record, Jan Stinisbeck with the Research Division of the LCB. As non-partisan Senate staff, I cannot advocate for or against any measure before this body. With that, Assembly Bill 144 was sponsored by Assemblymember LaRue Hatch et al., heard in this committee on February 23rd. The bill prohibits the sale of compact fluorescent lamps and linear fluorescent lamps. The bill authorized the Director of the Office of Energy within the Office of the Governor to investigate complaints concerning alleged violations and authorize the Attorney General to bring a civil action against a person for such violations. Lastly, the bill authorizes the Director to enter and inspect the premises of any distributor or retailer of lighting products to ensure compliance. There were 3 amendments proposed to this bill. The first by the Retail Association of Nevada, which changes the effective date of the bill and the date on or after which the sale of certain lamps is prohibited. Second, by Alliance of Automotive Manufacturers, which excludes compact fluorescent lamps used to replace a lamp in motor vehicles manufactured on or before January 1st, 2020. And the third, last one, by the Governor's Office of Energy, which removes the provisions authorizing the Director of the Governor's Office of Energy to investigate complaints and to enter and inspect the premises of any distributor or retailer of lighting products to ensure compliance, and removes provisions authorizing the Director to adopt regulations necessary to carry out the provisions of the bills. All 3 conceptual amendments are attached to the work session. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much. First of all, before we move forward, I just wanted to thank all the different stakeholders who worked with the sponsor on this. I know they were working up until the last minute to make sure all the language was agreeable. Also, members, I just want to make you aware, we know that there were some folks from the cannabis industry concerned about potential impacts on growing lamps. And just wanted to make it clear, both for the industry as well as the members, that high-pressure sodium lamps are not covered by the bill. High-intensity discharge lamps, including metal halides, are also not covered by the bill, which are some of the lamps that were of interest to the industry. Yes. Good one. Members, are there any questions on the work session document for this bill? Seeing none, I'd accept a motion to amend and do pass Assembly Bill 144.
So moved.
Got a motion from Assemblyman Carter. Do I have a second? Second from Assemblywoman Peters. Any discussion on the motion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Nay? Nay. Will the nays please raise their hands? We have Assemblywoman Gallant, Assemblyman Gurr, Assemblywoman Kasama, and Assemblywoman Dickman. Thank you. With that, the motion does carry, and I will assign that floor statement to Assemblywoman LaRue Hatch. Next, we will go on to Assembly Bill 151.
Assembly Bill 151 was sponsored by Assembly Member Anderson et al. And heard this committee on February 21st. It requires the Department of Motor Vehicles, in cooperation with the University of Nevada, Reno, to design, prepare, and issue special license plates commemorating the 150th anniversary of the founding of the university. There is one proposed amendment to this bill, sponsored by Assemblywoman Anderson, and it charges a fee for distribution to the University of Nevada, Reno Foundation for the operation of a program to provide necessary items to students, faculty, and staff of UNR, and establishes an end date for the issuance of the special license plates. It is attached to the work session. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Stinisbeck. Any questions on the work session document for this bill? Seeing none, I'd accept a motion to amend and do pass Assembly Bill 151. Motion from Assemblyman Carter, second from Assemblyman Miller. Any discussion on the motion? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed, nay? Motion passes unanimously. I will assign that floor statement to Assemblywoman Anderson. With that, we'll move on to the next item on our work session, which is Assembly Bill 161.
Assembly Bill 161 was sponsored by Assemblyman Miller and heard in this committee on February 23rd. It requires, upon the application of a person with autism, the Department of Motor Vehicles to place on any driver's license issued to the person a designation indicating that the person is a person with autism. The bill requires the applicant to include a statement from a licensed physician or an advanced practice registered nurse certifying that the applicant is a person with autism. There are three proposed amendments to this bill. The first by Assemblyman Miller and by the American Civil Liberties Union of Nevada, which removes references to autism and instead requires the department, upon the application of a person, to place an indication on a driver's license or vehicle registration of the person that he or she has a communication impairment, defines a person with communication impairment, removes the requirement to submit a statement from a licensed physician or an advanced practice registered nurse, and requires the disclosure of a communication impairment to be voluntary. There's a second proposed amendment by American Civil Liberties Union of Nevada, which authorizes an applicant to opt into three options for displaying their communication impairment. First, on their driver's license, second, on their identification card, and or third, on their registration. The applicant can choose one or all three options. I would like to note, though, that under current statutes, persons are authorized to have either a driver's license or identification card. Lastly, the last amendment to this bill would be to, by Assemblyman Miller and by Assemblywoman Bilber Axelrod, would be to add Assemblywoman Bilber Axelrod as a primary co-sponsor. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much, Mr. Stinisbeck. Are there any questions on the work session document for this bill? Go ahead, Assemblywoman Gallant.
So I just want to be clear, there'll be a choice between driver's license, ID, or registration, is that correct?
Thank you. Yes, so with this amendment, it would be a choice. It can be none, one, or both. The one thing that we do want to make sure is clear is that people have either a driver's license or an ID, so they won't be able to get it on both a driver's license and ID because they don't have both. So it'll be whichever one they have and or their registration, and it's all completely voluntary.
Awesome, okay, thank you.
Thank you. Any additional questions from members of the committee? Seeing none, I'd accept a motion to amend and do pass Assembly Bill 161.
So moved.
I've got a motion from Assemblywoman Summers Armstrong and a second from Assemblywoman Miller. Any discussion on the motion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed, nay? That motion passes unanimously, and I'll assign the floor statement to Assemblyman Miller. That brings us to the last item on our work session for today, Assembly Bill 203.
Assembly Bill 203 was sponsored by Assemblyman Hafen et al. And heard in this committee on March 7th. It authorized the combination of a personalized prestige license plates with certain special license plates associated with military or public service. The bill exempts vehicles displaying special license plates honoring the family members of persons who were killed in the line of duty or who died as a result of injuries sustained while on active duty in the armed forces of the United States from paying of any parking fees charged by the state or any political subdivision or other public body within the state other than the United States. Lastly, the bill imposes a criminal penalty against a person who makes certain false statements on application for the previous mentioned special license plates or special license plates honoring the family member of a person killed in the line of duty while serving as a peace officer or who submits false, fraudulent, or misleading evidence in connection with such application. There's one proposed amendment to the bill made by Assemblyman Hafen, which adds co-sponsors to the bill, provides certain internal references within the bill, and lastly, changes the effective date so that the bill becomes effective on a date on which the Director of the Department of Motor Vehicles notifies the Governor and the Director of the Legislative Council Bureau that sufficient resources are available to enable the DMV to carry out the mandatory provisions of the bill. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Stinsbeck. Any questions on this work session document? Seeing none, I'd accept a motion to amend and do pass Assembly Bill 203.
So moved.
Okay, we'll take Assemblywoman Brown May, second.
Second.
I will take a second from Assemblywoman Marzola. Any discussion on the motion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed, nay. Motion carries unanimously. I'm reconsidering this all of a sudden, but and I am on the prevailing side of the vote, but we'll go ahead and move forward, and I will assign that floor statement to Assemblyman Hafen. Congratulations, sir. Okay, members, that concludes our work session for the day. Thank you very much. We have one item left on our agenda, and that's public comment. Again, anyone wishing to make public comment, please limit your remarks to 2 minutes. Please clearly state and spell your name for the record before you begin. If you wish to provide public comment by phone, you can find that information on our agendas, which are publicly posted, including on the legislature's website. With that, is there anyone wishing to make public comment in person, either here in Carson City or down in Las Vegas? Seeing none at this time, Broadcast Production Services, can we see if we have anyone wishing to make public comment by phone?
The public line is open and working, but there are no callers at this time.
It does look like we have someone wishing to make public comment in Las Vegas. Welcome. You can go ahead and introduce yourself for the record. Begin whenever you're ready.
For the record, I am Susan Beckett, B-E-C-K-E-T-T. I'm sorry about this. Good afternoon, Honorable Chair and Committee. I am speaking today as Susan Beckett, the person. I am not speaking as the Vice Chair of the Deaf and Hard of Hearing Commission, nor as the State of Nevada Theater Commission on Post-Secondary Education. I want to thank everyone for listening to our concerns as a deaf community person and as a senior regarding AB 161 and given the option. Safety has been my biggest concern, and I really appreciate when I came in here and it was updated that people listened to the option of having it on registration. So I wanted to take a moment and thank you. So I'm speaking in for, not against. I had to change everything, so all of my typed documents are pointless at this point. Thank you for listening.
Thank you very much for your comments and for participating in the legislative process. We very much appreciate it. Is there anyone else wishing to provide public comment? BPS, has anyone joined us on the phones?
No, Chair. The public line is open and working, and there are no callers at this time.
All right, thank you very much. Members, that concludes our business for the day. Our next meeting will be on Tuesday, March 21st at 1:30. We will have probably some additional work session items as well as some bill hearings as bills are rolling in from the floor. So with that, thank you all for your time. This meeting's adjourned.